Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Never Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Recording in progress.
Hey guys, welcome, good afternoon, welcome, happy Friday, Juma Mubarak, welcome guys. It's almost 1 p.m. Eastern, Friday, April 26th. Welcome guys, hope everyone had a great week trading. And what we're going to do is we're going to analyze Friday afternoon markets. We'll go over some quick news, what to look forward to next week, and we'll do a top-down analysis on gold and US30 and do markup, chart ups, and we'll see how these things are going to move into the weekend. And if we can grab a scalp, we'll grab a scalp. We'll look for one this afternoon. So welcome everyone. Thanks everyone for joining. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you everyone on Zoom for joining. Welcome guys. Marco, welcome. Serkan, welcome. Serkan, you passed your 50K account phase 2 yesterday. Waiting for verification. Amazing. Congratulations, Serkan. Keep wrapping those up. You got, I believe, the 25,000 out 50, and we work on 100 and keep going. Good job, man. Welcome, Juanito. Thank you for joining, bro. And everyone else on the call, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, guys. Pramilo, thank you, guys. Everyone that's on this afternoon. I know some of you guys are already getting your weekend started, saying welcome. And everyone on YouTube, we appreciate you guys as well always. Tashi, welcome. Trading Day, welcome. And Andy, welcome. Thanks, guys, for joining. Iliad, welcome. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for joining. Dumani, Steve, thank you for joining, everyone. Appreciate you, all of you guys. Okay, so guys, I apologize for yesterday, but my son, we had to go to the dentist, to the orthodontist. He has braces, and we got held up there a little longer. A couple of the pieces broke, so I couldn't make it in time for yesterday's session. I apologize, but things happen like that, so there's not much I can do about it. But we're here right now, and let's take a look at the overall news in the markets. You guys have already been probably trading in London. Maybe you guys did pre-New York, New York, and then now this is the afternoon session where the markets will close in about 3 hours, okay? And then you still have power hour at 3 p.m. Eastern. So let's get started by looking at Forex Factory. And what we're going to do here is we're going to look at, do we have any high impact news, anything that can maybe affect us in the next 3 hours? Is there any speakers? Is there any news, red folders that we got to look at? So Friday, April 26th is today. We had Bank of Japan press conference. There was a lot of news come out of Japan. So if you guys do trade the yen, please this weekend pay attention, read some articles, read what came out about what's going on in Japan if you do trade the yen. Lots of information came out of Japan. And then moving into London, 3 a.m. Eastern is London. We had Spanish unemployment rate right here. Came out red, not very good. We had SMB Chairman Jordan speaking at 4 a.m. Eastern. We had some private loans come out of Europe. Then we moved into 8:30 a.m. Eastern. This is ideally my favorite time to trade the markets. Anytime in between 8, 9 and 10 a.m. Eastern. There's a lot of news, a lot of volatility. There's good liquidity. So, and a lot of securities tend to move at this time, especially gold, Nasdaq, US30, S&P. This is probably the prime time, the best time to be trading, in my opinion. You can maybe get your daily goal quickly, get out, and go on with your day. But we had USD Core PCE price index today. Everything came out the same. Previous was 0.3%. They forecasted no change, 0.3. The actual number came out 0.3%. We had personal income come out and personal spending. Okay, so look at this, guys. Like our personal spending, you and I, it's gone up since the last month. So previous was 0.8. They actually forecasted a decrease in personal spending. Maybe because the cost of inflation, everything going up, our purchasing power, our dollar going down, maybe that's what they forecasted, that consumers are spending less money because they can't afford to, because interest rates, because they're maybe in a bind, they're in a crunch, they're being more frugal with their money, they're saving, they're only buying the things that they need, not their wants. So look at the actual number that came out. It was actually 0.2% above their forecast, matching the previous months. So personal spending is still up. Consumers are still spending money, so that might give the Fed the hint to maybe increase interest rates. So if we keep spending and spending and spending, then it's kind of defeating the purpose of to lower the interest rate. So then this might give them, hey guys, we're going to pivot. We see you guys are still spending money, so what do we got to do? We got to increase these interest rates a little bit higher in order to get you guys to start spending less money. So this could be an excuse coming up in the future. So personal spending is up. That was a little bit different from what they forecasted. And then we had our 10 a.m. revised University of Michigan consumer report come out at 10 a.m. We don't have anything this afternoon. You can see there's no more news after 10 a.m. If you want to read up on some articles right here, there is some news related stories. U.S. inflation not as bad as feared, but still too hot. So it's not as bad as it feared, but it's still too hot. So got to kind of tame this down and cool this off, and they're having difficulty doing that. JPY, what I was just talking about, the Japanese yen plunges to fresh 34-year lows after Bank of Japan does nothing again. Okay, so that's why I was saying, if you guys do trade the yen, make sure you read this article, read something over the weekend, guys. Keep yourselves engaged, keep yourself educating yourself, and keep going. So this is big news. Like the JPY plunges to fresh 34-year lows. When we drop to a daily low or the last 5-minute low or the weekly low, the yen is dropping down to the 34-year low bottom wick of a candle. Okay, if you're looking at the decade candles, the yearly candles, we're really, really bearish here on the yen. So is it going to find some support, or is it going to keep dropping? So the Bank of Japan does nothing again. So those are some articles for you to read. Going into next week, we'll talk about next week on Monday. Earnings. Okay, so remember, this was a very, very big, busy week with earnings. Who did we have yesterday? Any big names yesterday? So we had Google. Did anybody see what Google did, what they released? I was kind of hinting that they would do maybe a stock split. They did something different. They're giving a first-time dividend. We'll read up on that. We'll talk about that. So this morning we had ExxonMobil, 6:30 a.m. pre-market report. Their report was not too good. You can see they were looking at $2.19 estimate per share. It came out 206 below estimate. They estimated a revenue of 83.47 billion, came out a little lower, 83.08. They saw a negative growth of 4%, and surprise was negative. So bear sentiment on ExxonMobil. Chevron came out. So if you're in the oil energy and you're trading any securities with oil and energy, I would focus on what's going on with Exxon and Chevron. That was this morning. We had Colgate Palmolive report, some other companies over here. After hours, normally Fridays, there's not a lot of companies on Friday evenings reporting. The markets are closed. So you can see just one company. I wouldn't pay too much attention to this. But what I would pay attention to is click on calendar on Earnings Whispers and then start to prepare yourself for next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can already see on Monday we have 16 corporations reporting pre-market, 66 after hours. It starts getting busy in the midweek right here. Before open, we have 91 companies, and after close, 111. Before open on Wednesday, 92 corporations reporting. After close, 178. And then we go into Thursday, 168 reporting pre-market and 154 reporting after close. And if you click on the individual day, you can start to see the big names. So again, you're not going to know all 178 companies that are reporting after hours. Maybe some of you will, that's amazing, but most of us, we don't. So just, again, pay attention to those big names, the driving ones, the ones that can drive the markets. For example, this week it was Google, it was Meta, it was Netflix last week, it was Tesla, like the big names. If there are any big banks, if you're trading Dow Jones, those are the ones you want to be focused on, okay? Because they're the driving factors of the markets. So pay attention to that, guys. I do my homework on the weekend, as should you guys. Pick a day, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, Sunday evening. Pick a day. You don't need to spend your entire weekend, but do your analysis, do your forecast. Make it part of your trading plan going forward, and then you'll be that much better when you're trading the markets because you know what to expect on each individual day. Make notes if you have to, in a journal. Just jot some things down, guys. How many of you guys do this, or is it just me that does this stuff? Am I the only one that still journals? I know it's an old school approach, and I know a lot of young traders aren't into that. I understand it's not the sexiest way of trading, but you have to do it, guys. You have to. You got to plan ahead, okay? Let's stop this and pretend that we don't need to do this stuff, because then you'll be guessing in the markets every day, and you're going to have difficulty finding that consistency in the markets, okay? So moving forward, our Discord signals that we do send out, this is our private Discord channel for signals alone over here. So just a recap of just one signal that came out here. So we're looking for sells today on gold below 2345, 2345. There was a move up into kind of this liquidity level. They rejected it. We were barcoding green, red, green, red. Finally, you got that red bar come down, close, couple retests of the 2345 area, and then started to diverge away and push away for a total of 160 pips, coming down to the kind of this support level. Might pull right back, and it might continue dropping this afternoon. Okay, so that is gold. Few signals over here. Yesterday did really well with the signals, guys. So use these to complement your trading as well. When you're trading, here's another one. We're looking for buys above 2336. We start to get this ascending motion. There's your trend line starting right here, higher low, breakout for that impulse, higher high, pull back, higher low, still respecting the trend. We get back to this area. We start to barcode green, red, green, red, green. Finally, we get some volume close above, and then we can start to maybe initiate our position, stop loss below, and follow that arrow right up to 2350 psychological area, and grab again another 150 pips going up. Okay, so those are signals, guys. If you want signals alone, we do have it for $1 a day, but I highly recommend that you join the premium group, because you get all of the Zoom live sessions that we do in London, New York, post New York, and Tokyo. You get all of the education, including the boot camps, webinars, the courses, everything we do at SST, and then you get to also be part of the private community Discord with all of the snipers, and you can join them, share charts together, and build as a team in there. Okay, and this is our free Telegram channel. I have it pinned at the top of our YouTube. It's for you guys. Please join this, because we do a lot of things in here, so you can see exactly what we're doing at SST and not be scammed by the Telegram scammers that are out there trying to impersonate us. So this is our Telegram. It's pinned at the top. You have our website right here, stocksnipertraining.com, to sign up. You have our YouTube channel, and if you're interested in SST Killshot EA, please visit this website, MQL5, this link. It will take you over. This is another thing over the weekend. If you're interested in EA, take a look at this thing, read up on it. You can download a free demo, and then you'll be put in a Telegram group as well, and you can test it out. You can back test it with and come up with set files and things like that. And we also stream this live on YouTube, so you can see exactly how it operates, how it takes trades, how it handles drawdown, everything like that. Okay, so that's SST Killshot. And just going through this, things we post in here. There was a beautiful Dow buy down in here. Okay, so coming down, yes, there was a big sell-off, but sometimes sell-off do find some support, find an area where they can bounce. This was a very good range, 37,800 block. We identified it, and it broke right through here, came up to here, consolidated, and then again they pushed up for approximately 500 pips if you held or had a runner. But this was like the the big move coming through here with that perfect little bounce right off of there. Okay, so that's US30. And guys, I just want to mention this before we get into the charts. We've got a promotion right now where you get an SST scanner. Okay, so it scans the major securities on different time frames. It lets you know which ones are overbought, which ones are oversold. So then that maybe then you can start to look at a chart, start to do your top-down analysis. This thing can help you out. We have an SST support and resistance indicator that starts to identify areas of support and resistance for you. And then we have the SST Scalper Pro that gives the signals, buy signals and sell signals. So you get all of this in the new additions to our lineup is the SST scanner in a 3-month plan. If you sign up for the 3-month plan, we'll give this to you. Measures volume and looks for key conditions to take entry. We also have that SST support and resistance indicator available with the 3-month plan. It finds key support and resistance on 4 different time frames to assist with finding key levels. And then finally, the SST Scalper Pro is available for our lifetime members, and that also algo that generates buy and sell signals based on SST scalping parameters. So here's the link if you want to see on Bitcoin chart, and our website again to visit if you want to sign up this weekend. We'd love to have you guys. And guys on the call on the Zoom for lifetime members, next week going forward, we're going to have more Tokyo style webinars. One will be a Q&A for the entire group. Another one we'll be doing an hour trade recaps of the SST Scalper Pro. We'll go over trade recaps and any questions you have. If you're confused how to take those, I'll break those down. And then one day next week, probably Monday, will be just for you guys in the lifetime. Okay, I have to set time aside for you guys, and it's going to be more of a small private group, and you guys are welcome to ask me any questions. And I want to kind of have like a group one-on-one with all of you guys. There's not a lot of us right now, but eventually we will get more, so you guys are kind of the core group, and I'm going to dedicate one session just to you guys so that we can really come up for a plan for the future and get you guys trading to the best of your ability. Okay, no, it's not too late to join the lifetime. It's always welcome to join. That's what we kind of want. We want to commit to more of the lifetime members, so I'll be doing that next week in the Tokyo sessions for you guys. Please guys, come interactive. Don't be shy in this group. We all got to get to know each other. Everybody needs to know each other because we're going to be trading for years to come. So don't be shy in that group, and we're going to have some fun in there. I got some things planned for you guys, what we're going to do in there, and I'm super excited to do that. Okay, so that's for the lifetimers, guys. Sorry to get off topic, but I had to mention that because that's going to start next week. Guys, so let's get into the charts in 1 second here. This is our website, guys, so get familiar with our website if you want to visit it over here. And now what we're all here for is the charts. Let's get into this, and we'll get started with gold and US30, but we'll do gold. Gold over here is on Bookmap, so I have it on the 15-minute time slices. Right here is 12:15, 12:30, 12:45, 1 p.m., and then we're moving into 1:15. So it kind of bottomed out here. I'm just going to put a yellow line on the bottom of Bookmap to identify, just so we can keep an eye on this area where it didn't really break below here. It's been holding, it held here, held here, held here, kind of touched it, and this area 23.44, and bounced right back up. So currently, this was our last previous high right over here around 12:15. We got up to that nice psychological level, 23.50. I'm going to place a yellow line right up here so we can keep an eye on this area as well, so we can see how the depth of market is developing up here. And we're above the VWAP, this white line, volume weighted average price. We are above it currently. It may pull back. We're going to see if it will hold. It might just drive right up and test this area. Okay. Cumulative volume delta for gold currently is positive 1,250. So it's very, very strong positive delta buying volume. But on TradingView, you can see right here, that's that high. So it is coming up, but that's our neckline. We're going to look to see if we can maybe break through here, maybe a pullback, hold, and then we can drive. Maybe we'll get rejected up here at 23.38 up here, and then maybe pull back down. So let's get started, guys. I'm going to go into a top down. We're going to do higher time frame. So I'm going to start off with the daily. I'm going to get off these 5-minute candles. Again, if you're trading, please monitor your trade as I'm doing this, okay? And some of you guys, if you want to follow with the top down, if you want to start with a fresh chart, that's up to you, or if you just want to follow along with me. Sometimes this TradingView does have some flaws. Just opening up a new one. Thank you guys, and everyone on YouTube, if you guys can hit the like button please, right now, I would really appreciate it if you guys can do that. You guys can help us grow SST by hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. It also keeps us motivated to come on YouTube, to be honest with you guys, and it keeps me coming back on YouTube to give back to you guys. But we expect mutual respect too. If you guys are getting value and content out of our channel, then just please hit the like. I don't need to ask you guys and beg you guys for this. If you guys are getting good info, please hit the likes button, because I can do other things with the snipers in our Zoom and our lifetimers that I don't need to come on to YouTube. But I'm passionate to come on here every day because I know you guys appreciate this and need this. But it keeps me motivated seeing the likes, seeing the channel growing, to know that we're doing something good here. And so the likes do help, guys. Helps the algorithm too, so that we can find new traders who are struggling around the world and maybe join us and can better themselves as traders. So we need your help. The way how we found you was others were liking the stream to find you. So hopefully you can pay it forward to others who are struggling and maybe can find a good trading channel, good educational channel to help them out, where we really dig deep into the psychology of trading. Okay, so daily gold, obviously monthly, higher time frame, it is bullish. Okay, you can see it right here, just consolidating, and then we broke out bullish. It consolidated, broke out bullish, consolidated, and now we're pulling back down where we're consolidating down here. So if you are trading gold, you should know all-time high is this wick right up here, 23.30 we hit. So I'm just bringing this block down to where those two bodies are right here, and I'm going to make this red for supply. And maybe we do come back up there. That could be the double top at the all-time high that could potentially push down, but right now we're kind of consolidating right in here. We do have areas of support right over here that were currently triggered last few weeks. So I'm just making this zone green. See where the red candle came down into here and spiked right back up. We came down, there's a wick in that green box, back up. There's a wick right there in the green box, and we went back up. And then if I'm just stretching this across into next week, into next month, I've located a zone. Now I can concentrate on what happened around this zone this week. So the big daily bearish candle that wiped out, I believe what did we say, 10 days, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10 days of trading, was this one bearish candle that started our week, Monday, the start of the week. It was an ignited red bearish bar that continued to push down. This was a critical point of interest. This is where support was held on the daily. So right here, I'm going to place a yellow line right at those bodies, okay? That is a point of interest in my opinion, 2360. Why? Because where we pulled back, that's where that bullish ignited daily candle was created, and it held this trend going up. It was a higher low, and it also represents basically 50% of that big red candle right around there, halfway point. And it's also a nice psychological number, 2360, perfect on the dot. So we continued to push down, and we closed right near the low. The next day, Tuesday, we came up bullish. It got rejected, lower high, and we broke that green box down where they came all the way down, and that's our weekly low at 2291. More importantly, we broke that 2300 block, but nothing really materialized down there. As soon as it broke, it was kind of like an impulse break where it came down there. But remember, this is a daily candle, so we have to wait for the daily candle to close to give us the entire move. So it came down here, it held at these bodies right here, and it got rejected, picked up all those bids, maybe tapped into all those pending orders down there, and came right back up where we closed right here, and it was still red volume. Next day, midweek Wednesday, we opened bullish on gold. It came in, it retested this area again, this 2336, but got rejected, came back down, closed below. Next day, it opened red, came down, higher low is being created off of the weekly low, and we came back up where it created a new high over here, higher than this wick, and got retraced back down, but closed again green now. Now we got green volume. We got a little bit of kind of like a pullback being created, and today we open. So let's follow now today's Friday volume and how things can maybe possibly shape up going into Sunday night next week. So we opened and it came down red. There's our daily low at 23 and a quarter, 23.25. Nice psychological number. I love trading at these quarter increment moves: 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250, and so on and so forth. Okay, so keep an eye on these numbers whenever you're trading any security. It's a psychological area. It doesn't matter what security it is, but focus on those areas. So we came down there, and it's a higher low than yesterday. We're building, so the buyers are building the depth of market slowly, and it came up right where we opened, and we pushed above yesterday's high, and we created a new high of the day just above 2350, and I'm going to place a purple line at 2352. That's our daily high wick. And what happened when we got up there? We got rejected. Are we still below? Now look at that yellow line. Remember the yellow line? That was the point of interest on the daily. Are we below it? Yes, we are. So what I like to do now is I have my big all-time high red box up there. We're nowhere near that one, but over here I see something shaping up. So I use now the yellow point of interest on the daily and the purple line representing today's high. And what I do is now I stretch another red zone across. You see how much smaller it is than the one above me? So what it's telling me is they are lowering the supply. You can see nothing has came into this black area of the chart above 2360 all the way up to 2390. Nothing. That's a $30 range on gold. We haven't tapped into that. We came into it today and then they rejected it back down. So this is now our area on daily consolidation. If I was looking to trap all the daily volume on gold, this is the area I would trap. Right in here, and then I would watch to see what is developing in here. Remember the pathways. Maybe gold will continue to maybe push through here, close above, maybe retest this, then we might fill that $30 range, come back up to 2390. We might get some consolidation this afternoon, like close as maybe a spin top or a pin bar, and then maybe opening next week we might still trade in this range for a couple days until we get something. And then our option 3 is we already pierced through and made some lows that maybe the bearish volume will continue to come down and through here, close below here, retest this is where we flip the green box red. It will be now ongoing maybe area of supply. The book flips, and then we shoot back down to fill that Tuesday's wick, and then we break this yellow, and then we drop a little further down to 2260, maybe 2250 down in here. Okay, so that could be directions going into next week, depending what develops over the weekend. There's a lot of developing stories around the world that affect gold, so anything can happen over the weekend. I have no idea what could happen. I'm reading that maybe there could be a ceasefire. Hope to God that there's a ceasefire in the Middle East. Maybe that will cool things down and reduce innocent people dying and just stop war. That would be a good thing to do, but that would also affect gold, guys. If you are trading, it will affect crude oil and things like that. So anything like that, keep an eye on the news. Okay, so any other now. Maybe if we're just scalping this afternoon, where could we go up to? Where could we come down to? Is there any other critical levels? So we still have this bullish volume. If we do continue to come back up, maybe we'll test yesterday's high, 2344.45. It also lines up with those two bodies right over here we've got. So I'm just going to place a yellow line right around here at those bodies. Body, and maybe yesterday's high wick. If we do come back up here, I want to know that this is a critical area, point of interest on the daily. Yesterday we came up, we got rejected. There's two bodies that closed and opened exactly right there. Maybe we do come back up and we test up here. Okay, that would be from 36 to 44, $8 move, 80 pips, still maybe to the upside. If we come back down to where we opened, this is another point of control or point of interest. This is where we closed yesterday, this is where we opened today. today? What if the volume sells off this afternoon and then we exhaust this green buyers and we come right where we kind of opened at 23.32? I'm going to put a yellow line right here, and to see if they can hold the opening price. If it can't hold, then we're probably going to break down to 27, right down there where we have a body right there. So maybe it comes down to 2,327 before it coming down to the low of the day. So I'll just keep the low of the day right there. What we'll do now is we'll get off the daily charts. We'll move into the hourly to see where we had our big moves at what time. But look at also what's developing on the hourly. Or sorry, on the daily. You've got this big move. Consider this to be one wave that came up and hit a top. Okay, so you got your first top. Now next wave came down right down into here. So this is kind of our neckline. This is where we're consolidating. It's building a little bit off of here. So what could happen next week? Could we come through here, maybe come up for a double top? Maybe they break all-time high, grab liquidity. Will it be maybe a lower high here, M? Will it also be maybe a lower high right here that's developing? And then they continue pushing it back down. We close below the neckline and we do something like this. Okay, that could be the next wave, the next paths, but we are in a tight area. So this is where we have to allow the market to accumulate. It might take a couple days, but we might get that breakout above there, but we have to be very careful what happens at this all-time high supply, or sellers just keep absorbing the buyers and keep dropping gold back down into here. But also be aware that it could just trade sideways in there. Okay, so now let's move off of the daily. Let's go into the hourly 60-minute time frame. Let's take a look at how the hourly candles have been trading. So you can see the big drop started over here Thursday, April 18, pushed down, came back up, lower high. They really dropped it down, big lower lows, where we found a nice little bottom right there at 22.91 we were talking about. Kind of came back up, rejected, lower high, push down, higher low, consolidating, ranging, some volatility, and then it started to break out Friday when? So above here, like this is 11 p.m. Eastern, here's midnight, here's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. pre-London, London is 3 a.m., so we got a bullish move continuing 4 a.m., 5 a.m. we hit the high of the day. Then it started to get rejected going into pre-New York. So over here 6 a.m., 7 a.m. This is Comex 8 a.m. indecision news. Then we get into Wall Street 9 a.m. come up here. So you can see the hourly candles are getting rejected, 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 and keep getting rejected. So they're pushing it down. We had, look at where the red volume now closed below. We had an hourly candle at 9 a.m. close below the yellow line. Look at the retest next hour, 10 a.m. University of Michigan consumer reports over here came up green initially, tapped into here, and they rejected it, and we continued to push all the way down into here. Came back up, and now you see how we're barcoding. We're barcoding right below 50% of the red candle. So if I'm just looking at an area right here to draw maybe a physical zone on the hourly, I can do this and make a red box. And then I examine what's happening in here. Maybe pull it to the left to see, was this resistance in the past? And it looks like it was. We had that one impulse break right there at 10 a.m. on Thursday when there was big news in the market, and then they dropped it down. Retest of the red box, rejected. Retest of the red box, rejected. Here we kind of closed above it. That's why we could flip it green right there. It came back down, held, and then there it goes up. Now we've closed below it. We came up green at 11 a.m. They rejected it. At 12, there was an impulse break right up to there, and then it got rejected and came and closed back below here. Next candle right now, 1 p.m. when we started the call. Gold came down. It's got a higher low, higher low, higher low. So it is building in this green box, coming right back up. So we're barcoding. Red, green, red, green. Will we get some hourly volume this afternoon, close above here, and maybe we can push up to that yellow line, 23.44. Maybe that's that 80 pip zone. But if you don't get the entire move, if you're scalping, scalp to the next hourly bodies right there at 23.41. That's where I draw another white line for reference in case I'm scalping. Maybe I can't get the entire 80 pip move, but maybe I can take buys at 38, take it up to 41, maybe grab 30-40 pips. So I'm going to place a yellow line there. And then you see how we're physically just barcoding in here and consolidating. So this is where, if you want, you can trap that hourly volume like that and make it neutral. And eventually we'll see if they break it out of here or if it continues to break down. Okay, and and it's kind of maybe looking like, if you just go by single candles, it looks like it was creating a double bottom. It came down and it went back up and then came back down, and as it was coming up, that looks like a W. So we need to get some volume closing above this red box. You see, we came up to it and we got rejected. We impulse broke out, got rejected. No current volume is closing above that red box yet. So this is where I go into the lower time frames now, 5 minutes, and this is how I set up my charts, and I watch in here to see if we get some green volume close above here. We had one right here at 12:15, but then look at how the next candle opened, ignited red. So you assume that maybe it's going to open green and push to take out that wick. As soon as it opened ignited red, that should be a clue. Okay, you guys got to really develop your trading arsenal. You guys got to develop. You got to learn what these candles are, because as soon as you identify that bearish ignited candle, it's coming down red. You're not inclined to take the buy. Okay, and then right away, then if you didn't take the buy because you know what a bearish ignited candle is, it came down and it engulfed and closed back down here. Then it dropped. You shouldn't be in a buy, and you would not have got faked out by what they did up there. Okay, it's just I'm trying to explain that this is what we do here every single day. So if you learn these candlesticks by heart and you really understand these things and you allow them to close, you allow them to open, and you have a bias as to what could happen, and then but let the candles talk to you. They will talk to you and they will tell you what's going on. Yes, you might get faked out, you might make a mistake. We all do. That's natural. But once you get better and better and better at recognizing these and feeling more confident, then you will reduce the amount of mistakes you make. Okay, so the 5 minutes came back down, we pulled down here, and then we got a big bullish engulfing candle come right back up. It's still above the yellow line, if you can see in here. Let me just get rid of maybe the hourly consolidated box, and we can show inside here. So you can see how it's still holding the yellow line. We got a right here. We broke, came down, back up, higher low, higher low. If I draw like a trend line, I can, to show you this, like from down here. See how we're still really kind of holding. If I do a true trend line from right here and bring it up there, then I can see that they did break it, but it's still overall, it's a higher low from over here. So some traders will bring the trend line down here and still kind of show that it is ascending, which it is, but we're not creating any new higher highs. So we just came right up, back up to that red box, and you see that that fake out right there is lower. We're lower than that fake out, so it is a lower high. They're pushing it right back down, but we're coming right back up. Okay, so as it comes up, let's see if we do get some bullish volume, maybe closing above this area, 2338 up here, and then if we do get anything maybe below the yellow line, maybe we could look to sell back down to the low of the day if gold sells off this afternoon. Okay, so I know the chart is really messy. Let me get rid of this green box. Maybe that's what's throwing you off, and I'll just fix it a little bit. I'll put a green box right here, and then you guys are probably asking me, Ron, why are you putting a green box right there? I'll tell you. The reason why I'm putting a green box right here is because I use the yellow line as my daily point of interest, and then I can see that the 5 minute candle right here, this bullish guy right here that came all the way back up, half of it is right there, and then I can see in the past now, the past is telling me how to place my zones in the future. Okay, so you have to look in the past. You got to. If you're not looking in the past, you have no idea what's going on. Okay, I'm telling you the truth. Look in the past. It will tell you the story. It came down. Look at it. It traded right into 50% of that volume and went right back up. It traded again right into 50% of that volume and got a wick. It came in there a third time right into 50% and went right back up. Now you got your tweezer bottom lows, equal lows. It's telling you something. And then there you got your bullish engulfing candle. It could have been a nice little scalp buy right off of there. Grab 10, 15, 20, 30 pips up to there and dip out of the market if you like. That was a nice little development but you see how it didn't break? So now the box didn't break right there. It didn't break. So why should I not extend it into the future? Okay, so I'm extending it right there. You see we almost came down into it now, and I got that big bullish guy come out of there. So if I continue this into the future, going to the rest of the day, we'll see if we retest this box. If gold breaks below the green box, which it has not done yet, if it does break below here, close below there, kind of like this red candle did right there, but we need it to close below and then retest this and get rejected. Then that's where we flip the green box red, and then if it gets rejected, we might break down. There's our low of the day, 23.26, and we might drop down a little further. Okay, so that's to maybe entertain maybe a possible sell. I can place an alert in that box. So what I'll do is, see the yellow line? I'll use the yellow line as an alert. I right click it, add alert on horizontal line, click it, create. So I've created my alert. You'll see a yellow clock right there. So if gold comes back down to this level, I will get alerted. That gives me an alert. That doesn't mean I'm going to just hit the sell button without knowing what's going on just because you got an alert. That's like when we send out Scalper Pro signals. You don't just hit the buy and sell button just because you get alert. You take a look at the chart, you take a look at the zone, you do a little bit of legwork yourself. You look, will it be an impulse break? Like this could happen. It could be a red candle come down, tap, I get an alert, but then it might be 3 minutes left on the candle. That doesn't mean I just hit the sell button, because what could happen is it just taps, gets a wick, and then goes back up like this, just like it's been doing over here. And then I got triggered, I'm in the sell, and now I'm in drawdown, and nothing closed below there. It just came tapped in, went opposite way. And then I would blame the signal, say, oh man, what a shitty signal. But no, you got to do a little bit of work yourself. It gives us a signal to verify, to make us aware that the volume is coming down there, but then we still got to do some work. So we got to watch, see, will volume close below there? Will it be close and get rejected and pushed down? Not like this. This candle closed below, but then it came up bullish at 50%. It didn't get rejected. It came up and closed above. You cannot take a sell there, okay? Just use a little bit of common sense when you're trading. Let the candles, if you're not sure, let them close. Let them close. Doesn't matter what time frame you are. If you're a 15-minute trader, let the 15-minute candle close. If you're a 30-minute trader, let the 30-minute candle close. Let them close. So you're not taking so many impulse trades. Just try it. Just try it, guys. Test yourself. You might change your mindset the way how you trade. You might start to develop into more consistency if you start to do that stuff. But now, inside this box, like we can trade in here, there's a little bit of development in the structure here. This big bullish candle that printed right when we started the call at 105, pulled back. Are we still holding approximately 50% of the volume? If I look, where's 50%? That's about half of the candle. We're still holding it. We tapped into it and it's still holding. So this is like my minor green box. We're nowhere near the big one on the bottom, but you see how the depth of market is being created right here and still holding. So now we've got like a double top forming up here where gold just came up, rejected, came back, neckline, came back up, and now we'll see what happens up here. If they bring it back down and break here, there's the trend line break, the minor area of support break, maybe test this, then we drop down into there. And these are scalp zones. I don't know if some of you guys trade on the 1 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but I get my ruler, and if I'm going to take the sell from here, drop down to there, I measure it. So it's approximately 18 pips, 18 from here, drop down to there, 18. Maybe if it trades in the green box, you might get 20, maybe 25, but then I might have to know that I get my pips, go to break even or dip out of the market because it could reverse back up. So if I just am scalping this zone from here to there, I measure it, it's 18 pips. Not 50 pips, not 80, 18, 1-8. If I'm trading inside, if I want to trade scalp this zone from where we are right now, like let's say for example, it sells from here, comes back down to test this green box. Again, it's about 17, 18 pips. So you can see the zones now. Normally these zones are a little bit bigger when we hit New York volume, but right now it's post Friday. It's afternoon session. You can see how the volume is kind of dwindling, dying off. It's 1:40 p.m. Eastern. So 10 minutes ago we had a COMEX market close. Gold will still trade. There still will be some volume, but not as much as when we have the exchange, COMEX exchange open. Okay, so guys, those are our levels for now. And then now to complement your chart with price action, you can look at RSI. I know some of you guys look at RSI, some of you guys look at MACD, stochastics, all those things. This is an area I always focus on. What's going on around this 50? That's the psychological midpoint, because RSI oscillates from 0 to 100, with these zones 30 and 70 being your overbought, your oversold zone. But this is also a very important zone. This 50, a little bit above, a little bit below, this is your psychological neutral area, where neither the buyers have strength nor the sellers have any strength. This is where market could consolidate until it kind of picks its next direction. So right now we're currently above it. It could continue to get stronger. Then we might, with that strength, we might break through this red resistance and continue to push up, maybe up to that hourly white line. If the strength weakens here and we start to trade below this 50 bucks, then we might sell back down and test this supporting area. Okay, so that's if you use RSI. Also, these indicators I use, 9 EMA, I throw these on to complement my chart. I can see that we are currently above the 9 EMA, this green line still holding, so it's semi bullish. And then there's our 200 EMA, the purple line. You see, we came up to it right there and then they rejected it. We came up again, rejected. We might be coming up one more time. So also, what we need to see is, can the buyers get volume above and close it above this 200 EMA and then pull back and work this red box? We make it green, make the depth of market increase, and maybe we can drive through there. So the big purple line is like a cloud. It's like on a rainy day, you got a big cloud that's spoiling the party. It just comes and the buyers are excited, comes up to that cloud, and then it spoils the party. It rains down and then it pushes back down. Then the party jumps up again, we come up to that rain cloud, and then they push it back down. But you see now on the bottom, we're building the depth of market. It's getting stronger, so maybe we'll try with more volume for a third attempt to break this dark cloud. And if we can close above it, then we might flip sentiment in the market, and maybe gold will start to push. But it might retest this again and get rejected yet again, and then come right back down. So keep an eye on this area too. What you can do is, when you get like indicators that are kind of coming near your zones, you could simply increase the size of this red box right up to like the top of that 200 EMA if you want to do that. Like, see how I just increased it right up to the top of that 200 EMA? Maybe to keep an eye on that since it's so close. Okay, so if you're in gold buys, it is continuing to drive up. We'll see if we can break out of here. Let's watch this, how it's going to close in the next minute and 20 seconds, because we do have a new 15-minute candle starting at 145. So I will give you guys this chart in the Zoom. One moment. Okay, so in Zoom, there is a TradingView link in the chat. It is this exact gold chart if you guys want to watch it. Okay, so let's see now, guys. I like to ask you guys, is anyone in a buy right now? Is anyone trying to sell, or are you just on the sidelines waiting? I myself, I tell you guys all the time, if I'm in a buy, if I'm in a sell, right now I'm currently waiting. I just did analysis, just started this call. And then these are the questions I ask myself. Do I want to buy right now, like buy the breakout, which is you can. And you're gambling a little bit. Yes, you could get a continuation, but you could also get a big rejection and come back right down. So with 20 seconds left, I don't want to take an impulse buy. I'll wait for this candle to close. What I'm judging is a pullback. If it comes down red, trading into 50% of the green volume. So just because I'm not in a trade doesn't mean I stop looking at what could happen. Okay, so I've already identified half of the volume. If I see it close up there, and buyers too, you got to be aware. It might be an ignited open with a short wick and go up further. This is a new 15-minute candle. It is an ignited bar. Okay, so look how it opened. It opened ignited, pushed up, but then they rejected it. Okay, so the volume is now above the red box. So let's make the red box green for now. Let's just get through the motions of doing this. Okay, so you can, so red, change it to green, right? So now it's a red candle coming down. Will we hold the 200 EMA, or will it come red and trade maybe into where I have about 50% of the volume right here where my cursor is? Let's see if it will hold. Pramilo, awesome. You're done for the week. Happy weekend. We'll see you next week. Take care, bro. We'll see you on Monday. And then stay for, if everyone can stay till the end of the call, I kind of want to tell you what we can do going forward in our next New Yorks, where I'll deposit money into an account and I will trade it with you guys, but you guys on Zoom, you guys are going to tell me when to enter into a buy and enter into a sell, okay? So you guys will initiate the trade for me, okay? I will debate you and we'll talk about it. Maybe if you guys say buy, I'll say, hey, wait, but we'll do it together. And then I'll walk you through my psychology while I'm in the trade. And you guys take the trade, okay? And then if I'm in drawdown, I'll let you know how I traded in drawdown. If we're in profit, I let you know how we trade it while I'm in profit. I'll go through everything on risk management, all of those things, but I'm going to put you guys in charge of this. So it's going to be you guys in Zoom are going to show everyone on YouTube what you've learned at SST, and I will be the one behind the scenes with the money in here. And if we lose all that money, it's on you guys. if we lose all that cash, it's on you guys. But it will be fun. I think we got to do something fun on these YouTube sessions and change things up, because Dave and I have been trading live for 5 years now. Okay. We've kind of shown what we can do, but I want to kind of show what our snipers can do in the group. We can trade, but I want you guys to see how the team trades. Okay, and the way how we're going to do it is at the start of the call, we're going to do a poll. You guys are going to, on Zoom, are going to have to tell me, I'm going to pretend like I haven't been trading that entire day and I have no idea what's going on. You guys are going to pick the best security that you think we can get pips off of. If you think a security is consolidating, that's probably not the one we want. We want something that's maybe trending, moving. You guys will decide as a group what security we trade, and I don't care what it is. Don't care what it is. It can be gold, it can be US30, it can be Nasdaq, it can be Tesla, it can be Google. I don't care what it is. Something that you guys agree on, and then we'll move to it, and then we'll do a top down, and then we'll watch it. Okay. Okay, so we did close above here. It is kind of building. We could have bought that candle as it came down. It held the 200 EMA. Okay, so for example, I didn't buy, but if I bought anywhere in here, my stop loss would probably be below 50% of that volume, that red line, maybe like just below that 9 EMA if I want to stretch and give it a bigger room to breathe. But I'm not in the buy, so now we ask ourselves, 50 seconds, do we want to buy right now, or do we gotta wait for that pullback? Okay, so I didn't get in the buy, and this is what chasing is. Sometimes you get caught chasing. I try not to chase as much as I can, because sometimes you get caught chasing and then you're right into drawdown. So if I miss a trade, I tell myself it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I missed one scalp. Okay, I'll get another one. Keep telling yourself that, and it will be better, so you can stop buying highs of things that will get you caught. Okay, it's better to wait for maybe a pullback and buy a pullback at a discount than to buy the high of the candle. You're saving yourself drawdown. If you're getting ready to buy, you can maybe look to entertain a buy here at 23.38 if it comes back, and then if you're buying up here at 23.40, you might get a red candle come down, and then I'm waiting to buy down here and you bought up there. So you're already in 20 pip drawdown when I'm looking to buy the discount. So you can look at trading like that, but yes, obviously you might miss some moves. That's the nature. Okay, so I want to do US30 too, guys. I didn't want to just stay on gold this afternoon because we got a few things to do. So I will leave gold right over here. We'll come back to it, we'll revisit it, but if you guys are in buys, it is making higher highs, higher low, a new higher high, might come back down and pull back. Keep an eye on this area, but let's see what the Dow Jones is doing. Okay, so I'm going to flip the book right now. Just to recap what gold is doing, it got up to that previous yellow line where it was resistance in the past. We broke above it, but now it's kind of retesting it. We are currently above the VWAP, but the VWAP is right here, and cumulative volume delta is above 2,000. Okay, so it is still looking good on gold. The depth of market is increasing in the current order book. But let's take a look at YM. Let's see Dow Jones over here. What is Dow going to do going into maybe the close of Friday afternoon? So you can see it's a different depth of market over here. Here's Dow. Here's 115, 130, 145. We'll be getting 2 p.m. very soon. Let's just find our recent high right up here. So the recent high was in between 130 and 145 right over here, where it spiked up. I can see right there that candle that spiked up right there at 135, and then they pushed it right back down. So you see we're consolidating now right in here. So again, I'm going to place a yellow line on Bookmap to maybe let us know what to watch for. You can see the depth of market. There's a lot of bidding going on down here, building 121 contracts. You can see the footprint, how large it is right here. You can see that there's 66, 65 offers right here, and then 72 offers up here. So this is where it might consolidate. We are above the VWAP. Here's the VWAP on US30, this white line below here. Cumulative volume delta is pretty flat, negative 33, but it was up here around 3,400, and it's been steadily dropping where it just broke zero, and now we're negative. So it might come back up, it might consolidate. You can see the candlesticks, the 5-minute bars are consolidating. We got red, green, red, green, red, green. So let's go into top down, daily, and get started with this. Okay. Before I do that, I just kind of like to scan and see what's going on in the market. Okay, so Intel Corporation, I know it's got nothing to do, right now we're looking at Dow, but I just like to look at big movers. So Intel Corporation is down 10% right now. Let's see what else, big names. AMD is up 2.5%. We got, let's see here, Nvidia having a great day. It's up 6%, Nvidia. So if you guys are trading Nasdaq or tech, Nvidia is pushing. Let's see here, Microsoft up almost 3%. Goldman Sachs, okay, so I like to look at Goldman on Dow Jones. It's up 1.9%. United Health, not much. They're weighted the heaviest in Dow. They're up 0.6%. Google, okay, did anybody know what happened with Google? Okay, why is Google up 10% today? Something must have happened. Alphabet, Google, to pay first ever quarterly dividend and a $70 billion buyback. Okay, so this is big for Google. Alphabet, the first ever quarterly dividend. Okay, so they're going to pay shareholders. If you have shares in Google, Alphabet, you're going to get now a quarterly dividend, which is fantastic. That's great. And they're doing a $70 billion buyback. So the market, the street likes that. They're up 10% today. Okay, so that's Google. They had their earnings as well. That's why you want to focus on these big names. Any other ones? Amazon is up almost 4%. Apple is down 0.25% right now. Meta recovered a little bit. But that's kind of what's going on around the markets with the big names. Okay, so let's go into the daily on US30 and let's take a look at what's going on here. Let's try and break this thing down. Okay. Okay, so all-time high up here. All-time high. We hit 40,000 and they rejected it. We're nowhere near all-time high. Okay, so you see we've kind of sold off from the all-time high, double top all-time high, and then a push down. Key area right here. You can clearly see this. If your eyes can't see this area of support, let's go get our eyes checked. Right there was good support right here. Didn't really break the structure. Bring this box across. Now all of a sudden red volume closes below. We can flip it red and carry the red momentum forward into where? Into the future. Keep it going into the future. Maybe we will test it today, next week, next month. Okay, so now areas of support. Look over here. Like you can start to see structure. Guys, I had LASIK eye surgery, so maybe that's why I can see these zones so good, is because I was blind. I used to wear contacts, got sick of it, then I got LASIK eye surgery. That was the best investment in my life. I'm telling you the truth, guys. I've been holding Apple since 2008, been holding some cryptos since back in the day, and I can tell you the best investment of my life was LASIK eye surgery. Best $5,000 I ever spent. If you guys are interested and you need it, go for it. It's great technology. Never had to wear glasses or contacts ever again. So see what I just did there? That used to be a red zone, turned to green zone, keep the green theme, bring it across. Now I can see this liquidity grab last Friday. They came down here, they dropped the market down where 37,250. Let's place a yellow line just for point of interest reference. If it ever comes back down there, we got to know about that. So they came down here. It was a big red Friday, but then near the end of the day, it spiked right back up and it closed strong. We continued. They gapped up the market Monday, the start of the week, pushed it right back up to here. We got rejected Wednesday, Thursday, yesterday. We hit the green box yesterday and we came right back up, and then today's volume is strong. Are we going to come back up into the red zone? Are they going to exhaust the buyers this afternoon? But look at what's developing. It looks like a maybe, okay, one bottom right there. There's our neckline. We came back. There's a wick that like activated the double bottom, but following the volume, you got a higher low right there. And if next week we can break this red box, get above 38,500, we close above here, maybe we retest this next week, and then we make our way back up to 39,000, this area right here where there's resistance, 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 resistance. Tackle this area, maybe an impulse break there, pull back into it, hold 39,000. We could be driving up to the all-time high 40,000, but we got a lot of levels to clear to get up there. We got to close above this red box. But before we get in there, and then you see the big liquidity grab. So we'll see if those continue to develop now. Okay, so key areas on the daily. Let's follow yesterday's volume. So yesterday we opened, came up, tested 50% of that red candle, did not make a new higher high, therefore bearish. We went back down. Red candle all day yesterday, tapped right there, came into this green box and right back up where we closed. How did we open? We opened, then it was initially red. We came down to the low of the day, 38,050. Let's draw a purple line right there. That's our low of the day. So our low of the day is naturally higher than yesterday, higher than our. So it is building a little bit. And then you see the gap. There's the gap, guys. See a gap in the market? That's where we closed Friday, and they gapped it up Sunday night. So there's our gap. Now what you can do with your gap, use the purple line as a point of interest and make a green box filling that gap and bring it across. Okay, so now we're finding our gap. We're building the depth of market right here. It's building right here above this green box. Okay, so the depth of market visually is building itself. Okay, now we came back up to where we opened, and we came up all the way where we tapped our high of the day at that wick. So let's place a purple line at the high of the day right here. And 38,340. It's still lower than yesterday. It's lower than the day before. There was a little bit of a push down, but you see the volume we still have in our candle, very strong. So where we opened and where we are now, where's half the volume? Half the volume is right around here, correct? So I'm going to now use half of the volume, what we currently have right there with a yellow line, right there, half. Why did Ron pick this spot? Just look. It opened and where the volume is, that's roughly half. But then I got some data. See the wick right there and the wick right there? I was close, so I'm just going to bring the yellow line down and touch those two wicks. There, I've touched that wick and I've touched that wick. So now I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. If we can continue to push today, I'm going to use this as maybe if it comes down red, that might be an area to continue to buy back up. Or if you're coming down red, if you're in a sell and it's exhausting these buyers, that might be where you want to close your position, because that might be where the buyers step in at around 38,200. Okay, so currently, what's another level? Scalp zone. Okay, so right now our volume is here. If we push down red, 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 maybe in between these bodies, right here and right here. Maybe I got to draw a yellow line right here to get me some scalp zones for this afternoon. And then I place a yellow line right there. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys, overall monthly, what is US30? Overall, if I showed you this chart, would you say it's bullish or bearish? If I showed you this exact chart, is it bullish or bearish? Come on, guys. Bullish. Easy, easy, guys. Easy peasy. Bullish. Coming all the way from down here. Okay, coming from December. Okay, so you can see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, all-time high. Yes, we have this big wave coming down. Okay, but overall from down here, still buyers are still in control from last year. Now if we bring it more tight into here, what's going on? So we still have this bear volume above us, but we're starting to make a little bit of a significant run right here where it is coming back up but coming back down. So now it is still bearish right here, technically speaking. This week it is still bearish, but we're building a lot. So now if we look at today's candle, if I ask you today, what's your bias today? Most of you guys will say bullish because it is a very bullish candle. It got a nice big rejection, so we're building. So if we're selling today, this afternoon, you have to be aware that you're selling against a very strong daily candle. Okay, so be careful. And then we got that double bottom that I mentioned. So now let's break this daily candle down into the hourly. Let's find exactly what time of the day did we hit our high, low of the day, things like that. So this is the hourly. We had the big drop here Thursday at 8 a.m. Big drop COMEX market. Then we continued into Wall Street, big drop. They reversed the move 10-11, brought it right back up. Consolidated in the Tokyo session, and then we had our moves right here at 9 a.m. We came down, that's our low of the day. 38,050 was Wall Street. Continued to push all the way back up. We're making some highs, and we got higher lows. Okay, so on the hourly, this is a key area right here. So we're nowhere near it, but I like to place a white line right there just in case we come back down. There was a lot of hourly volume consolidating right here, consolidating, continue push right back up. It was a little choppy, okay, but nice recovery. US30 recovered that big sell-off yesterday and recovered it nicely where it's coming all the way back up to this area. Okay, so key areas now. See the purple line? Purple line right there held the bodies. Purple line right there closed and then pushed down. Purple line we came right up to. So I'm going to place a red box just so visually we can keep an eye on this area. Okay, just acting still as some ongoing resistance on the hourly forward. Okay, so look at our hourly candles. Look at this one. Just opened 5 minutes ago. It's 2 p.m. Are we building anything on these hourly candles? There is a little bit of structure. So we did close right here at 12 above this yellow line, pulled back into the body, still holding. So now I'm going to draw another hourly green zone. I'm going to use the base of that candle volume and use my yellow line as point of interest and that last wick that came down here right there, and I'm drawing my box across. Okay, so we could consolidate in here, we could eventually break out at the high of the day, or we might break below here and then maybe start to sell. Look at the selling pressure. Like, sellers are trying, they're pushing it down here but can't find any transactions. The buyers are asking to trade back up here. Then the sellers bring it right back down again. Buyers are asking to trade back up. They bring it, sellers bring it back down. Can't find anyone to transact with. Buyers keep asking to trade above here. But now you can see that the negative cumulative volume is really like developing at negative 50 here. But the market keeps going up, showing how strong the strength is currently in the market right now. Okay, so careful trying to sell right now, even though that cumulative volume delta is negative. We need to see maybe a break of this area. We need to see a break of this green box and then maybe scale down into here. But right now it's consolidating in here on the hourly. So I'm going to go into the 5 minutes, and then you can see how the 5-minute candles are trading. Not the greatest right now. This entire area, I would trap this entire area unless you want to trade inside here. So what I mean by trap this entire area is like this. Just consolidate this entire area. Unless you feel confident and comfortable trading inside here. Okay. You can measure the zone from top to bottom here if you want to trade in here. So the top to bottom is 50 pips. Okay, so you can get maybe 10, 20, 30 going up a little bit. You can get 10, 20, 30 coming down. If you're at the bottom and go all the way up to the top, yeah, it's 50 pip target. If you're at the top and you sell all the way down to the bottom, you can get 50 pips. So still good range, but the way how it's trading, I don't want to be part of this. Look at doji, red candle, spin top, this, that. Okay, let's see if something develops up here. Let's see if something develops down here. We can wait and be patient for this. It is a Friday afternoon. We don't have to go crazy. Let's take a look at the RSI. Okay, so remember the RSI 50. We are currently above, a little bit below the 50. So we're still in an area where the strength is still strong at 60. It could go right back up and get strong, or we could start to decline down and weaken and get down to here. At your indicators, EMA indicator, we're still above the 9. Where's the 200? The 200 is all the way down in here. Okay, so we'll keep this how it is. I'll provide the chart for you guys in Zoom, and then we'll watch both of these side by side simultaneously. Okay, Zoom, there is a trading view link of the US30. Now let's watch these things together. Okay, so we'll keep US30 on the right here, and we've got gold to the left. So gold, guys, okay, I was off of it, but did you see I placed that red line at the 50% level of that candle, right? We did this before. Now it came red and tapped that red line. Okay, so that's what I mean, guys. If you didn't have if you wanted to buy and you kind of wanted to buy the high, you kind of got stuck, and then they brought you all the way down. If you wanted to buy, that's what I was saying, maybe buy a discount buy at 50% of the volume, and you save yourself drawdown, and you're in profit right now, a little bit of profit coming up. Maybe it could come back up. But you guys understand what I meant by that? That pulling back into the majority of the volume, and that's exactly what it did. Okay. So you see how it's still building its structure at 50% of that big candle that went through at 140, still holding. Okay, so for Bookmap, guys, what chart do you guys want me to stay on here? Do you guys want Dow Jones, or do you guys want to see gold for the remainder of this call? Dow? Okay, we'll leave Dow. How's everyone's day going? Did everybody have a good week learning? Did you guys learn something new about the markets? Did you guys understand that it was a busy week with earnings? Okay, so trading is not always just trading candlesticks and things like that. It's a little bit of preparation. Did you guys do better this week with your trading plan, with your journaling? Did you guys do better with your discipline? Maybe cut some of your losers, get rid of them quickly, and keep moving forward. I don't always want to talk about all the traders that are being successful and doing really well. We got to talk about the real things. Some of you had a break even this week. There's nothing wrong with that. Take break evens as positive, but you gotta study, you gotta learn, gotta continue learning. Every mistake you make, please learn from it. Okay, otherwise you're going to commit the mistake over and over and over. And if you guys are okay with keep losing money, that's up to you. I'm not okay with keep losing money. Those days are over. I want to make money every day to the best of my ability. But if I'm losing money, I know it's part of the game, but I got to learn from it. Every time I take a loss, I go back and review it. Okay, so we can't really trade US30 right now. For the time being, it's just in a really tight range. But I'm still seeing what's going on, what's happening in the book. Just because I'm not in a trade doesn't mean I take my eyes off of what's going on. I still stay with the volume, still watching what's going on. They are trapping buyers slowly. Selling pressure is trying to come down into here. But every time you can see the big red bubbles come down, we can't find anyone to transact down here, and then it keeps going up. So maybe if the sellers keep absorbing more and more buyers, and then eventually they will redistribute this sell side volume. Does anybody have any plans this weekend? Anybody doing anything exciting? Did anybody see the NFL draft last night, round 1 in Detroit? My nephews were there. I wanted to go with them. Okay, so gold, guys, coming right back. So you see how it came down 50% of that volume, and now we're bouncing out. So I don't know if you guys did, but if you saw the rejection and then the next bullish candle coming up and you bought, you're up 10 pips right now with minimal to zero drawdown by locating this red line and how it bounced, and now you could be up 10, 15 pips, maybe coming right back up to test this previous high on gold. Okay, it's coming right back up. Serkan, you're taking your family to the theater? Nice. I hope you enjoy that. Okay, so look at the big push on gold. Reversed into our green box. 50% of that bullish candle held. We're holding our 9 EMA, and we've got volume again closing above now that 200 EMA, and now it's pushing right back up where it just came up to an equal high at 23.40 and 50 cents. Okay, so if we get some continuation push, we're going to target the white line. That's our hourly resistance up there on gold. Burita, no, I don't concentrate too much on the YouTube chat. I focus on the guys in Zoom because YouTube chat gets a little bit out of control and I don't like to read too much of the comments. But what would you like me to read? You've lost 2K this week, so no plan. Yeah, so I can tell you, if you're trading with no plan, it doesn't surprise me that you lost $2,000. Okay, what do you want me to tell you? Trade with a plan going into next week. Okay, so obviously if you're not trading with, what do we say here every single day? Like, this is where a lot of people are not paying attention to what we say here. It's just, Ron, where are you buying, where are you selling? That's what it comes down to, these calls. But no one pays attention. You have no trading plan, you're saying, and you've lost $2,000. So that's exactly what I'm saying. It doesn't surprise me. I know it sucks to lose $2,000, but when you're trading with no plan, it happens. That's normal. Ask any trader here. Start trading with a plan. Stop trading, hitting the buy and sell button, and develop a plan this weekend. Take the weekend. Take 1 week off of hitting the buy and sell button. If you have no idea what you're doing, it doesn't help just hitting the buy and sell button. You're going to continue to make losses. I'm trying to prevent you from losing more money. I'm trying to tell you to stop losing money. Unless you got a lot of money and you enjoy giving it back to the market, that's your business, not mine. But come up with a plan, a real strategic plan. How are you going to tackle these markets every single week? What are you going to do? If you've lost money, you gotta have a plan to recover that money or figure out what's going on. What are you doing wrong? Captain Boom, I agree with you. Trading with no plan is just gambling, or as I call it, pissing in the wind. It's true. Captain, I was going to say trapping with no plan. It's just I didn't mean to say that, guys. Not trapping. I meant trading. Trading with no plan. Okay, so guys, I hate to be the one saying this, but you see how it came up right up to that equal high wick, and then got rejected and coming down now, bearish ignited candle coming right back down. Okay, so when we're scalping, I want to say scalping. These are levels. Okay, so that's why this is part of my plan. Every time I trade, I measure the distance from there to the next candle. So I know if it comes up there, what is the theme of this call is 18 pips for gold. 18 pips down here, 18 pips down here, 18 pips up here. I'm not guessing 18 pips. I'm measuring. So you see how it just came right back up and tapped into there? Normally, guys, that's when I say I'm going to a break even. I'm either closing the entire trade and I don't care what could have happened, what should have happened, what anything up there, or I close 80% of my trade and leave 20% running, and maybe the runner will come back down and get tapped out, but at least you secure. So it was a fantastic buy off of 50% of that candle, and yes, gold did what it did. It came right back up and tested the equal high, but didn't have enough momentum to break, so it's tweezers top highs and then gets rejected and comes down. So if you were up 5, 10, 15, maybe possible maximum 18 pips up there and you didn't do anything, then the market can come back down. But then if you didn't do anything, we got to continue to follow the depth of market and see if it will continue to build, pick up higher lows, come back up and break that area. But that's the zone. That's why I love measuring. The measuring tool is one of my favorite tools, is to measure. So you know. Then if I know I'm trading in an 18 pip zone, I know if I go in a buy and I'm up 10, 15, 18 pips, I know to maybe secure. If I'm selling and it goes down 10, 15, 18 pips, I know that I need to secure. If I'm buying up again, 10, 15, 18 pips, I might have to secure. Look at, okay, now the bears of US30 are really pushing the market back down here. Okay, here we come down now. So all of the buyers up here, all caught up there, buying close to that high of the day. Now let's see if we can close bearish, maybe assume the next candle might be green opening up in the next 90 seconds in this green box. Where's 50% of this red candle coming down now? Okay, so this is where I start to anticipate the move before it happens. Okay, so half of the volume currently is maybe right around there where I just placed the yellow line. So I'll see if we can hold. We're below 38,296, so that psychological area 38,300, pushing down. It did create a new lower low on this candle, but when it comes into a green box, it could come right back up green. So let's watch this one. And looking at how the volume is kind of trading right now, also part of your weekly, daily plan. If you've already exceeded your weekly goal of trading this week, if you've already exceeded maybe your daily goal, this is now you got to learn how to reduce your risk and trade a little bit smaller so that you can end the day or end the week positive. It's a great feeling knowing that you finished the week in profit. You did a good job. That you finished the day in profit. Then stop or scale your trading. Okay, you don't need to trade right until the bell at 4 p.m. You don't need to do that. Okay, this is where you start getting greedy. And when you start getting greedy in these markets, you're going to make some mistakes and then you're going to regret it later on. So I'm trying to prevent you from making those mistakes is to, for example, if you're up 1.5% today, don't piss it all away in the entire rest of the day. Trade with 0.5% the rest of the day. And if you lose that, you're done. You still pocket that 1%, you move on. But don't give it all away because it will ruin your psychology and your mindset going into the weekend and going into start next week. If you were up 4% this week, you did fantastic, and then today you got rattled, you revenge traded, and you lost it all back down to 0 or -1 or -2%. Think about how you're going to have to start your Monday and your analysis next week when you didn't have to put yourself in that predicament or that position. Okay, so red candle closed right down. I assume the next candle is going to be green in the green box, come up to maybe test that red line, 50% up there, and we'll see if it can continue. Sellers can maybe hold, absorb those buyers, and maybe continue to push this thing down. Gold is trying again. It came down, higher low, bullish ignited candle, testing again that tweezer top highs, that red line. If it breaks, we'll get an impulse break up to that hourly white line and maybe a little more. If we get volume close above the red line and the white line, then gold might continue to be bullish and continue to build up here. Okay, so we'll watch that. We're about 8-9 minutes away from 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll get a new 30-minute candle coming up very, very soon. How to enter our Discord group? Click the free Telegram channel I pinned at the top of the channel, and then you can visit stocksnipertrading.com and bring you in there, and then you can select the plan that you want, and you can join our Discord. Okay, so you see what's going on over here. Okay, so it came up, they've rejected it, still green body. Let's see if they flip this candle back down red and then break through here. If it closes back green above this red line, then I know that the buyers stepped in right here, came back up, closed it above 50% of that red candle, maybe retest this, then maybe the buyers can bring it right back up here. Okay, if you want to trade inside this box. Am I going to open a trend? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't plan. I always, guys, if you know me, I'm always planning to take trades. Okay, I don't come on this call and say I'm not looking to take a trade. I'm always looking to take a trade. Just be patient, relax. A lot of you guys are very impatient, and it really affects the way how I trade. Just relax. I don't like this volume. I don't. I can maybe find better volume at 3:15 today, at 3:30, at 3:45 power hour, and trade one candle and grab 20, 30, 40 pips, then trade this garbage right now. You got to be very selective with what you're going to trade. It's a Friday afternoon. The market is trading sideways. You got to pip and dip this garbage if you're trading this. So make sure you know how to pip and dip. Okay, unless you're going to hold a position and go through this shit up and down and sideways. If I can stress anything to everybody, you need to learn patience. Okay, I can't teach patience. I can't. I wish I could teach it. I don't know how. I've been trying for 5 years to teach patience. I don't know how else to teach it. You got to learn this yourself. Okay, but that's something everyone needs to work on. Believe me, I was a very, very impatient trader, and that's when I didn't make any money. I lost everything until I learned to just be patient, relax, take it day by day, take it hour by hour. You don't need to trade every single candle that they print. Good, Boom. I know you're working hard on it, and that's what matters. I know that there's a lot of snipers in the group who have really improved their discipline in their trading, and I know exactly who you guys are. But the majority of everyone is that's something we still have to work on. I still got to work on my discipline. Everyone, you can never lack on discipline. Okay, so you have to be careful here. Like, it looks like a nice area to maybe potentially entertain a sell for US30, but it's right at the VWAP. It could just break the VWAP and catch big bids and then drive right back up. It's still in this green box, so I gotta still allow this thing to simmer a little bit, to cook a little bit, and then we see what happens. But what's gravitating me towards maybe looking for sell is this cumulative volume delta. It's really absorbing a lot of the buyers lately, and now we're at negative 750. But Still above the VWAP. I still give the benefit of the doubt that the buyers are still holding this position. Okay, and gold is now, it's attempting for how many times now? 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth attempt to break out of this high. There it is. There's the break. Okay, so it did create a new higher high. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. So if gold has enough push, maybe we'll tap into that white line. The white line, 2,341 and a quarter. That's my hourly resistance. And if it can break through there, it might be, sorry, just want to move this. It might be a total of 25 pips up there if you're still holding, but it might just be that impulse, come back down, red, and then push right back down. So remember what I said, volume to close above that red line. Just because we got the impulse break, that helps with the depth of market, helps creating the higher high, but we still have a lot of time left on the candle, 3 minutes. That's lots of time. So we still got to get that momentum to close above there. Otherwise, it's just an impulse rejection, liquidity grab, and maybe they push it back down. Yeah, I love that quote by Mike Tyson. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. That's like us in the markets. Believe me, a lot of us have had black eyes in these markets, and feels like Mike Tyson has punched us out. Yep. Everybody has a plan until you get knocked out. Okay, so here's now the break. Watch, guys, just watch. If you haven't seen how a depth of market operates, just watch right now. Don't worry about taking a trade. Just let's see what happens right here. Look at what's going on in the market. So the sellers are trying to push all the way down, which they did, to this VWAP. This is a very important area in the market, in the depth of market. It's a volume weighted average price line. It's kind of where the market wants to gravitate towards, and then see what happens in here. So let's just see what happens. See how it just came right into there, and then the ticks are up here. The asking to trade back up here. Okay, so maybe it got activated down there, and then they want to ask to trade back up here. So you see how it came down and then caught a wick, and then they're trading, maybe asking to trade back up here. Okay, so now we got to watch how this body will close in the next 90 seconds. So they trapped buyers who were asking to trade up here, and then they brought it right back down. Now you got to watch kind of the depth of market, how it's building over here. Okay, and gold has good volume. Let's see if it can close above that red line, and maybe we get continuation to the upside. If you're in buys on gold, maybe we'll continue moving for you. Any pullbacks, you're looking for a pullback to hold maybe right here where these bodies are at 2339.70. You don't want to kind of break this area of support right now. Okay, so you see it came down, but if you sold down there, you see where the buyers are asking to trade it right back up, and then it's kind of like a bullish pin bar. So you have to be very careful. That's why I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Ghoulie, good question. Ron, be honest. How much how much in drawdown in trading at your beginning? Okay, so I used to deposit. There was no prop firms back then. There was, you had to put in your own money. I was young at that time when I started trading. I had $5,000. That was a lot of money. I worked my entire ass off to make that $5,000. I put that in the market, and not knowing what I know now, I lost it. Okay, so 5,000. Then I went back, deposit another 5,000. I was doing like $5,000 increments, lost it. For a total of 5 times losing $25,000 for a span of about 2 years, I lost $2,000. 25, not 2,000, I wish 2,000, 25. And then I took 6 months off of trading, like money in the markets. And then I went back 6 months reviewing candlesticks, reviewing analysis, going over my my psychology and how to recover that money and trade more responsible. And then I recovered that money I lost, and then I've never looked back, and I've continued to make profit year over year. So I'm proud of that. But yes, it wasn't an easy journey for me. Started off real tough, to the point where I was going to give up trading, but I didn't. I stuck with it. But that's why I'm stressing to you guys to have a trading plan, be disciplined, respect your risk management. Don't be greedy in these markets. A lot of those losses were me being really greedy, where I would make $1,000 and then I couldn't stop trading. I wanted to turn that into 2,000, and then I'd lose it all, and then revenge trade, and then I'd blow on my entire money. So I've been there. I've done that, guys. I don't want you guys to go through that. You started for 1 year and you're down 10K. I know there's some traders that are worse off than you, but 10K is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for anybody. 10K is a lot. Okay, but what you got to do now is stop putting money into the market, because you're probably going to lose more, and go back and learn from why did you lose that $10,000? What did you do wrong, guys? Okay, the market is really breaking down. Gold tapped into that hourly white line and got rejected. We are breaking down. We've absorbed buyers. They're flushing it out. So let's see now if the depth of market will hold below this VWAP. If we can continue hold. Again, it came down there, and they're asking to trade back up here. Okay, so it's picking up wicks. When you see those long wicks getting rejected, that's what currently I can see right now. So maybe I want to see if it builds and comes back up here. Maybe I can look to buy US30 back up if it starts to pick up this liquidity below here. Watching on Bookmap too. You see how it came down? Let's see if it comes right back up. Gold tapped into that hourly resistance and got rejected right away. Yeah, don't give up, guys, okay? If I can give you any hope, it's not giving up in trading. I know a lot of you guys have had substantial losses, but stop feeding the market your money. Stop feeding it your money. Learn. Take the time to learn. That's what we were talking about on another call. Not too many traders want to go back to a demo. They see the demo as you're not a real trader if you use a demo. A demo means that you're not putting any money into the markets, but you're still learning. Treat it as if it's a real account and learn. Then you feel confident putting your own money back into the markets when you have the right mindset. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to ever talk about using a demo account, because everyone thinks you're not a real trader if you use a demo. I got more respect for traders that trade with a demo account than a real account, because then they're the guys that figure it out. Why keep feeding the market money and keep losing thousands of your hard-earned money when you can step back, still trade the live markets, build your trading account, add more money into it while you're learning. Then when you're ready to go, you have the right mindset, you got a trading plan, you learn from your mistakes, you're confident. Now you can put money into the markets and start recover that $10,000 that you lost, and then you're making money, you're positive. But it's difficult to come around that when you're down $10,000. That's all you're thinking about is the money you lost. Believe me, when I lost that $25,000, it was haunting me every single night. But I said that money is gone. I can't get it back. So I might as well learn how to trade. And I look back at that time, and I didn't know what I was doing. I never looked at Forex Factory. I never looked at high impact news. I was trading, scalping the markets in a red folder. I had no idea what was going on. Never paid attention to earnings. Over leveraged every single day, over traded over day, no trading plan. I never reviewed my wins, I never reviewed my losses. So when I look back at it now, it's like it was a joke. Like, what was I doing? Yeah, I probably should have lost more money doing what I was doing. I'm thankful to only have lost 25K. If I kept doing that, who knows what would have happened. So some of you guys might be $500 lost, some of you guys 5,000, some of you guys 50,000. There's some traders in our group who we've had one-on-ones with, and we're proud to say that we've got them out of the hole. They were in the hole for $250,000. We're going to refinance their homes, sell their homes. So those things I'm proud of. Helped those snipers get through those difficult times. It took 3-4 years of hard work, but those are the things I'm really proud of. You know, those are the things I don't really talk about. What we do at SST is how we really help change lives here for the better, one person at a time. But it is rewarding at the end of the day to see someone battle through that and get back above water. Okay, so look, guys, big bearish candle. Now we got that bullish engulfing candle. Let's see now. So they picked up the liquidity below the VWAP. Okay, so clue number one, when we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together, that's why you kind of got to be careful trading around this VWAP. If you sell below there, you got to know it might be a pip and dip. Like that red candle came down. I know that that's what, 10, 20 pip candle, 25 pip candle. Okay, so that's why I say there's nothing wrong with pipping and dipping if you got that, but you have to respect this area. You have to respect. If you're not respecting this area, then you shouldn't be trading this area. That's a rule. Okay, write that down. If you don't respect this area, then don't trade this area. You have to give this area the most respect. This is the VWAP, volume weighted average price. This is where institutions love to trade, love to grab liquidity, love to fake out the market. They like to build on momentum at this area. Okay, so this is an area maybe where you liquidate. If you're in a sell coming down, maybe you close a portion of your position down here, but we'll see what develops. So that big bullish candle came right back up, but they rejected it back down. So let's see now. I know this is boring for a lot of traders. This is boring. Red, green, red, green. But this is how the markets move. I can't change the volume. I can't change the time. We started this call from 1 to 3 p.m. This is the volume that it presented us. There's nothing I can do. I love the New York volume. It trades much different. But as a trader, you have to acknowledge the volume at all times. Trading is 24 hours around the clock. You got to know how the volume trades in London. You got to know how it trades in Tokyo. You need to learn how it trades in Wall Street. You need to learn how it trades now. You need to learn how it trades in the last hour of a Friday. If these things you're not aware of, you got a lot to learn. Yeah, I see you guys are saying that. In demo, you're always profitable. I've heard that a million times, okay? Everyone when they trade demo is profitable, and then when they go to real, everything is out the window. Because you're not taking the demo serious. You're just trading anything. And then you don't care whether you win or lose. And then when you go to real, then your emotions take over. It's because you're not getting emotionally attached to a demo account. You know if you lose, you're not really being hurt because you're not losing any money. You'll just open up another demo account. You have to learn emotions too with a demo account. You got to be very disciplined. If you lose 1% with a demo account, you're done trading for the day. You got to be emotionally attached to that. Don't keep trading because you're doing yourself more harm. Okay, so we have a bullish candle. Will it engulf this previous red bar? Okay, sorry guys, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here on US30, but came down, coming right back up. See how it's going to close in the next 30 seconds. Pullbacks. Where's 50% of the green candle volume? Let's start this. Okay, right around here. Okay, so close in 10 seconds. Okay, so get ready. So it picked up liquidity. Cumulative volume delta is negative 1,000. Okay, so this could be just a push up and then they push it right back down. We did close above the previous bar. Okay, so red ignited coming down. Will it hold, grab a wick right there, or will it come down to 50% of the volume right in there, and maybe we can, and then go back up? Okay, so let's just keep an eye on this. Gold tapped into that hourly and then pushing right back down. Okay, so US30 is building up here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go into a buy on US30. I'm going to test this out. I'm going to buy this area. I got a 1.2 pip spread right now on US30. I'm in a buy, guys. Sorry, I picked Fibonacci. I'm in a buy right here. Now see if it can come trade back up into these wicks over here. I'm going to place my stop loss either 50% below that red line, but maybe to the bottom of the structure right there, and see if this thing can maybe this afternoon have some legs to come back up here. Okay, so I'm in a current buy on US30. Just going to play this out for maybe the next 20 minutes going into power hour. See if we can build off of this green box, maybe start to cool off this cumulative volume delta and reverse back up a little bit. So I'm currently in a buy on US30. Yeah, scalping one, Dwayne, one to one. Yeah, normally that's what a scalp is. What I risk is what I look for. If it goes up 10, 20 pips, then I kind of reduce my risk. But generally, a 1 to 1, 1 to 2. I'm not looking for a 1 to 5, 1 to 10 on my money. I would love that, but no, that's not scalping. Scalping is kind of quick moves in and out, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, multiple times throughout the day. I'm not saying that that's a rule. That's my general rule. Okay, so just making that clear. You know, there might be other scalpers out there that look for a 1 to 5. That's completely your plan, not mine. Okay, so remember this red line? That was that 50% of that red candle. Okay, so now we're breaking through it. That's good. But remember, it's how the candle closes. It's not just breaking through, because they can push us down, because we still have a lot of resistance. There they pushed it down. There they pushed it down. They pushed it down there. They pushed it down there. Then we had a big, massive red candle come down. So we'd like to maybe close with volume, green volume above here, so we can build off of this. Yeah, gold got rejected at that hourly white line. So if you're in buys, that's why I use these zones for like TPs. That's why I draw these lines on here. I don't just draw these to make my charts look pretty with colors. I draw these to, if you're in a buy, you got to know it came right up to that hourly, and then you have to do something up there. You have to. Whether it's going to a break even, whether it's scaling out 80% or closing the entire trade. Okay, so we did break out from there, but then it got rejected. So how will this body close? Where will it close? 60 seconds to go. Gold could come all the way right back in this green box and reverse back up again. So if you're in a sell, you got a responsibility to do as well. And then like targets on US30. Okay, so maybe just if it can come up to maybe the top of these bodies right there, those wicks, that would be about a 30 pip move up right up to there, 30 pips to fill in these right up to that bodies and those wicks right there. I'll put a red line up here. Okay, so 10 seconds to go. Pay attention to where, how it closes for manipulation on the next candle. Okay, it's Manipulation Friday, so let's get ready. Closed right basically near the high. Okay, we got an ignited bar, we got a short wick. Let's see if we get our pop here. That's the exact setup we want in a buy. Okay, opened, ignited. Okay, now it's not ignited anymore. You see how we lost our ignited bottom. So there could be a pullback. If we pull back, number one location pullback is the previous red line. Will it hold as support right here where my cursor is? Can we hold this red line? If it can't, then we'll maybe come down to 50% of the body. We're still holding. Okay, so now we got to continue to ask to trade above 38,500 up here. And then you see where the heat just came in? See up there? 38,520. There's 118 offers up there. Okay, so I can see where the big block is up there. So there is a lot of selling pressure going against this move. But if we can continue to build the depth of market, which we are from the bottom, and maybe we can trade up into that liquidity, okay? And then 50% of our bullish previous candle, right around there, if it pulls back, let's see if we can hold this area of support. Okay, right here. If we can hold this. Okay, so it came down red, trading right back into here. So now I watch to see what's happening. Will it grab liquidity somewhere? Will it come right back up? Will it close very bearish and then come back down? Okay, so they rejected that move right up here at 38,500. They rejected it. Coming back down. Now we got to see if the depth of market right here can continue to maybe build and ask to trade back up here. It might have to come back down to our VWAP area or right around it. I would like to see maybe a higher low being built right here at 38,480, so we don't come into the VWAP, but it's a lot of selling pressure pushing this down. Gold, okay, so came down and going right back up again. Gold hasn't broke any structure yet, still building off of here, higher low off of here, continue to push right back up. Okay, so that's the wick we want. We got our wick. Can we get volume to continue to close above this green box with 2 minutes to go? Guys, I have about 15 minutes left on this call. I might still be in this trade after the call. I have to go pick up my kids from school just after 3 o'clock. So if I'm still active in this trade after the call, I'm still in it. My stop loss will be below here. I'm looking for TP to kind of come up to maybe up to try for the high of the day to recover a little bit this Friday afternoon, but we'll see. Hopefully we got a lot of time left, still 12 minutes to go. We'll see what develops here. So we got a lot of time. We got to wait for the candle body to close. 45 seconds to go. And if gold continues closing like above the white line, then you get your short-term volume closing above that critical hourly. We can maybe flip the white line into an hourly support, and maybe gold will continue to push maybe this afternoon to 23.45 up to the yellow point of interest. Gold is still building off the bottom here, still considered bullish. Okay, we got a, again, nice wick rejected out of there. Here's the body close right near the green box. So we got now an ignited green candle that opens right at our green box. So again, will it have enough momentum to push up on that previous red body? Can we go green, red, green, and then break out for a little higher? Or will they reject this and come back down? See where we're getting rejected down here? So there is a good base of support here at 38,283 down in here. So still sideways, is still kind of trading sideways. We maybe have to build a little bit of a bullish flag here. You got an ignited green bar short wick on gold. That's a nice candle. Let's see if it's got enough momentum to continue to take out that hourly resistance, make a new high, and more importantly, close above there in the next few minutes. Okay, so this is now our next zone that we have to watch right here. Here was our last resistance where we got rejected. Right below here, 38,500, where there's those 24 offers. That's where we got rejected. Came back down, holding. Now, you see how tight it's really consolidating in here? Okay, so it came up, it did what it needed to do, the previous candle. It got a wick, rejected, closed in that area. They opened it green, ignited. It came up, but right up there and got rejected. So not enough momentum. So naturally it has to come back down. But we kind of don't want to break below here and close below here, because then it will test 50% of this volume. Kind of want it maybe to consolidate in here, maybe get some momentum to push and trade back up here. And then maybe we can get that next little continuation break to the upside. But it needs to keep picking up this liquidity and keep asking to trade back up here. 3 minutes to go till this candle closes, and then we've got 3 p.m. power hour coming up. Okay, so gold is getting up there. There's gold testing. Let's see if it can break above there and close above. And gold might get that momentum to keep pushing. Okay, so again, attempting to come right back down to that VWAP. If they break the VWAP, okay, look at the heat below where maybe the big bidders are waiting. That would be maybe 50% of this body right here. See if it will hold inside here. And just heads up, be aware that there's going to be volatility coming in at 3 p.m. That's the start of Power Hour Friday. It's the last trading hour in Wall Street. So there will be influx of volume coming into the market. So just be ready for it, guys. Okay, so they're attempting to come into 50% here, right again at that VWAP. So this is my chance to see, are they going to pick up that last bit of liquidity in here and try and reverse it up? If the buyers fail, then more than likely come 3 p.m. I might get stopped out, and then they're going to come and take out the low down here. Okay, so just giving you guys heads up that if we don't build anything around here in the next few minutes, then the selling pressure will increase, maybe coming into 3 p.m. and then take out my stop down here. So this is the last 5 minutes, so we got to see some buyers step in here. They gapped it down, ignited bearish candle to push down. So you can see they're attempting to come down there to grab that liquidity. They're trying to manipulate it its way down to come down there. That's why they closed it, then gapped it down to continue to come down and grab maybe that last bit of liquidity down there before the new hourly candle. So they want to grab all those pending orders while they can. And then if I get stopped out here, I get stopped out right before 3 o'clock because that's where they could dump it. So I'm getting ready, guys. I use a manual stop, but it will be right below this structure right here. And then also, guys, I just want to, if I'm off the call, okay, and just so you guys know what I'm looking for, if it comes down where it did, okay, I entered the buy right there, and then if it still holds, like if it can come up with a nice wick here and build off of this, if it can come back up here this afternoon and close back above here, I'm going to maybe take another buy this afternoon going into 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30, 3:45, end of the day, and then see if it can come back up there. Okay, so just putting it out there that if I'm still in this trade and I see it develop the way I want it to down here, I might add a second buy if I get that opportunity. But if I get stopped out, forget that. Then that's invalid. But I got to see right now. Got a good liquidity wick. We're again got them asking to trade above the VWAP. Can we build, close strong off of this, and go into 3 p.m. maybe with this bullish momentum? Okay, but it's all how this candle closes. So that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. I know it sucked. I'm in drawdown, but that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted them to come down there and get those last bids, and then drive it up for 3 p.m. But you guys understand why the market does that the last few minutes? It's very important, guys. Okay, if you like price action, this is what the market does. It does this on a 24-hour cycle. Okay, look at it now. Do you guys understand? Did you guys panic down there? If you guys panicked, I can tell you guys are over leveraged. You shouldn't panic when you're in trade. You should be analyzing the trade. You should be predicting the move of the trade. Could I have waited and bought the pullback? Yes, absolutely. But it did what I wanted to do up here. But maybe it needed to pick up that last bit of liquidity, that last bit of volume in order to make this move. It could also get rejected and close back down. They might come back down again. Okay, it's in a very tight range right now. So we've got 90 seconds to go. We're going into 3 p.m., which is Friday power hour, and things can get really volatile. So be ready, guys. Okay. Let's watch how this will close. If it can, I would really appreciate if it can close back above here where I bought in. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Big volume now. Okay, so look at the transactions now. Okay, so this is where it's going to get real volatile, my friends. Get ready. Okay, 45 seconds to go. Let's watch where this thing will close. So they did sweep the low. They took out the highs. Where will the volume close? How will it close? Will it close near the high? Will they reject it back down? Lots to take in here. 30 seconds to go. And gold is attempting that hourly resistance right up there. Okay, so 10 seconds to go. Hope it can close above here. If it can close above these highs, that's even better. But watch manipulation. Watch. It's a green candle. They'll probably open it red and bring it down. There it is. There's the bearish engulfing candle. Come down red. Hopefully we can pick a wick quickly at this red line or at this green box. Flip and continue to push up. But it's a bearish ignited candle coming down. So naturally it wants to come down. There's our flip. Okay, so let's see if it can build and ask to trade back up here. This 38,500 block right here. The psychological block in the depth of market. Can we flip it? See those 14, 13 orders right there? Can we flip this area? Take them out. Okay, so gold, big bearish red candle coming down. Got rejected at that hourly. Yeah, Bookmap is interesting, Juanito. You can download it for free. Use that link in the YouTube, and you can practice with Bitcoin, Juanito, all weekend. They give you the Bitcoin chart for free. Watch Bitcoin all weekend. Okay, guys, so we still respected down here, respected this bottom so far. The battle begins right here. This was that previous resistance area, 38,500, this area. That's that psychological area. Guys, I'm gonna I can only go to the end of this candle. Then I gotta go grab my kids. But let's see what happens with this. Okay, so there is some buyers that are trapped up there, right there, that bought the high of this candle. They're trapped. Naturally, the market will move away from them now. But then we've been building a little bit of the depth of market here. Will it continue to push its way up and absorb this and come rotate right back up and ask to trade back again 38,500 level? Okay, so again, when it comes down, naturally it needs to come down, pick up bids, pick up liquidity. And then once it picks it up, can they ask to trade back at that original position here? Okay, so we got good wicks where we want them. That's where we want our wicks. We want our wicks getting rejected at those green boxes. Bitcoin futures. Yeah, correct, Yasin. Bitcoin futures. Okay, so this is volatility. Okay, it's the first 3, 4, 5 minutes of 3 p.m. There's a lot of volatility. We had the volatility with the candle going in before, and now they're bringing it right back down. So I told you guys, be aware of this type of volatility. It's common at the start of power hour. Okay, so this could be a very bearish candle coming back down. Could take out that low, and again, I might get stopped out of this trade down there. I don't want to be part of that. If this closes very bearish, then maybe power hour, maybe US30 is going to sell off this afternoon down in here. Okay, so that's why I'm giving it room to breathe, to come down and pick up those bids naturally. So it came down there again, picked up more bids. Again, if we get back up here and close above here, then we might continue to break out bullish. And then that's where I might add a second buy order if I see what I like. But you see how tight it's been trading this entire afternoon in here. It's a Friday. Okay, so this candle is now closing in 30 seconds. We'll see the last 30 seconds of this close. Currently, the sellers are in control. Will they engulf this previous green bar? Will they close it below this green box? Can the buyers maybe just prop it up just a little bit near the close? Will it close maybe 50% here? Will it close above that green? There's so many things that can happen. So many things that can happen. I can only take it second by second and watch how it closes, where it closes. Okay, so we got a good wick near the close. There is a little bit of momentum from the buyers pushing up the close of the candle, but we still have the red body. Look how they manipulate the move down. Look at where we closed. We closed right there, and then they shoot it all the way down there. Like, that's manipulation at its finest. The next candle should have opened right there at 289, 38,289. They opened it at 286. So they dropped it 3 pips down to manipulate it on its way down to maybe come down to pick up some more orders down here, to pick these up. That's why we got to continue maybe getting a wick, and then the buyers continue to ask to trade back up here. Then the market will come trade, fill in that gap, and then maybe we can drive up there. I wish I could stay on this call like through this entire power hour with you guys. I'll stay 5 more minutes, guys, and that's my maximum, 3:10. Then I gotta go grab my kids. But let's see what develops here. Yeah, have a good weekend, Captain. You met your weekly goal. Amazing. Amazing. Good for you. Congratulations. Have a great weekend. See, so we got caught in some real chop right now. So this, I gotta make red. Unfortunately, the green box, we're below it. So if I'm just changing the color, it is current resistance right now. So we gotta get back green and start asking to trade above here. Then we can flip this red to green and maybe build off of it, and maybe the continuation to the upside during this power hour. But technically it is building a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Did not break below here, just impulsively broke, grabbed those pending orders, but it's in a really tight area. Rosa, why don't I trade in the 1 minute time frame? I trade always in the 1 minute time frames, but it's sometimes very difficult to do it on YouTube because I might be in a trade for 1 or 2 minutes and get out, and then everyone doesn't understand what I'm doing, and then it's just too much confusion. But I save those more for myself when I'm trading. Then I don't have to answer questions. I'm more concentrated on 1 minute candles. But if I do it, you'll see it in the title. It'll be a 1 minute scalp session. Then we're all on the same page. But yeah, if you want to scale down to the 1 minutes, guys, scale down. But it's a different mindset when you're trading 1 minute candles. Completely different than trading 5, 15, or 1 hour. Okay, so we got, again, a bullish candle coming up with a higher low. Will it close with that volume above this red box, or will they continue rejecting and push it back down? Gold, okay, it's just bouncing around here. So if you sold again, it came down red right into the green box. You could have scaled out a little bit down there because it's coming right back up green. So, oh man. See, you got to go through these motions. It came up green, perfect. Then they rejected it. Now it comes up back green. They're picking up some volume. How will it close? 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. We got a strong candle. Will it close positive above here? Or is it just going to do this? Red, green, red. We're coming up green. Will they bring it back down red? And that, unfortunately, guys, is barcoding. That is trading out of this area right here. If it breaks out here, I'm in a buy. The sellers are going to get squeezed out. If it sells back down here, I'm a buyer. I'm going to get squeezed out of the market. The sellers will win. So that's what's happening right now. It's just continuing to trade sideways in between here. I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody, but that's what trading is. You got to give your trade a little room to breathe. So I've given it enough room to breathe where I'm not over leveraging my account. You see me, I'm not panicking in this trade. I'm still allowing it to develop. But at the end of the day, if it comes down here, my trade is invalid. I gave enough room for it to breathe underneath this low where it built the depth of market, and that's as much. That's my maximum I'm giving it. I'm not going to come down here, say I'm going to give it more, give it more, give it more. Then the market is dumping down here, and then you're at a bigger loss. So please, guys, over the weekend, try and figure out what is your comfortable trading size when you go into a trade, and you can be able to hold it and watch what's going on without looking at your MT4 and panicking, and just looking at the candlesticks. So you see what I'm doing there? I just flipped that red box back to green. Again, if we build in here, then maybe we'll get that break up there. Might not hold, then we've got to trade back in this consolidation. But guys, that's 310. That's it for me. I'm still in this trade. I will be in this trade while I get off the call. I'll be watching this as I go pick up my kids. I wish everybody a safe and happy weekend. I'm sorry to cut this call short, but I do got to go grab my kids. So everybody, I wish you guys nice weekend. Next couple weeks we're going into Tokyo session. So for the Zoomers, we're gonna have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be individual Zoom sessions. One will be dedicated to this lifetime VIPers. One will be a Q&A for everybody, and then the next one will be we'll go over our trade signals that we send out, and any questions you guys have, I'll break them down for you guys. We'll talk about a couple of the trade signals. We'll go back to doing that, and then guys, if I can, because that will be around 6 to 7:30, 8 o'clock our Zoom webinars, and then if we have time, maybe we'll come on YouTube at 9 p.m. At night for a couple sessions, but I can't guarantee that. So that's why I'm asking you guys on YouTube to join our team, visit our website this weekend, join that 3-month plan. You get the SST Scanner Pro and the support and resistance indicator included as a bonus. That's a little promo we're running. And join the team, guys, and take your trading to the next level with all of us at SST. And guys, that's it for me. Have a great weekend. I had fun on YouTube this week. I hope you guys learned a lot. Go back and watch those sessions that we did the last couple of days, and you can really understand how I took the trade, my psychology in it, and break it down for you guys. Okay, everybody, God bless. Have a good weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Never Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.